Hey Capricorn, what is going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah. I am the owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to be looking at your energy via the tarot, astrology, and any channeled messages that come through. So let's get into it, Capricorn. When I am recording, we are in Scorpio season. These messages are always timeless as a side note, so use your discernment. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. But when I am recording, as I mentioned, we're in Scorpio season, and Scorpio is a lot about connecting with those deeper parts of our heart's desire and making changes, transforming in order to do so, in order to bring things into our life that really honor our heart, our mind, and our soul. There's been a lot of change happening in the collective. Some of it we kind of knew was coming. It's a little easier to deal with. Other things are a little bit of a wake-up call, and requiring, a little bit more intention, tenacity, creative solutions, not just sweeping it under the rug, turning a blind eye. That actually will really come back and bite us in the butt if we're not conscious and mindful of those things. Especially because Pluto's going to be moving into Aquarius. It's been vacillating back and forth between Aquarius and Capricorn since 2023, March of 2023. And this month, it's finally going to settle into Aquarius. So we really have the opportunity to set the tone for how we want life to look, new life. Aquarian energy connects us with our hopes, our dreams, our wishes, our quote-unquote utopia, how we would love our world to look. And so with that in mind, as you're navigating, dealing with some of the harder things, remembering that it serves a purpose, you know, and if anything, it's going to be delivering rewards, right? Things that you actually like, right? So we'll start with this energy cleansing, set the tone, the vibe for the reading, a little blessing for you and for me as well. It's also a really good time to set your own intentions. So messages you would like to receive from spirit or questions you would like answered, definitely give those over, be open to receive. It's a great way to personalize these collective readings. And I also do personal readings as a side note. So if you want me to look at your specific situation, I use tarot, astrology, mediumship. I also do energy healings and wellness consultations. So if you're feeling like you need a little rebalancing of the mind, body, and soul, definitely hit me up. I love to support. When we are grounded, we make better decisions for ourselves. We better align ourselves with the desires of the heart. So I would love to support. I love to give love and be a helping hand to anyone who comes my way. All right, let's get into it, Capricorn. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that needs to be released today for you, Capricorn. Release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being so that we may see and understand the messages clearly and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels, Mama Love. So I'm hearing like, especially with that pop of energy, that cleansing and releasing, that letting go. Sometimes earth energy can be a little bit stubborn or holds on to things more emphatically, right? It's earth, it's dense, it's solid. And so Spirit is really asking you to have the courage, to be bold, to look at those places in your life where people or situations are not serving you. I'm hearing for some of you, there's some mirroring energy going on with an individual, with a person. I feel like you had a good connection, or it seemed really good in the beginning. I feel like you guys had a lot of similar perspectives, similar viewpoints on things, but it feels like it turned into a little bit of a competition. Yeah. And I feel like rightfully so with this Guardian card, because Spirit did have to come in to protect you from this dynamic. Sometimes rejection is redirection, right? It's keeping us safe so that we're not getting too involved with something or someone that is messy. And I feel like you had to protect yourself. I feel like maybe you made some commitments or investments into this person, into this situation that left your hands tied. And it's been a little bit of a, here's the thing. I don't feel like this has completely worked itself out, but going back to what I was saying originally, it's like you're seeing it. You've been getting these intuitive hints along the way, and now you're really trying to figure out how to move forward. I do feel like you have to cut some loose ends. I feel like you have to kind of be a little bit more decided. That stubborn energy that I was talking about, making sure that it's not hindering you, that you're still able to, obviously sometimes when we let go of things, it doesn't necessarily mean it leaves our life. It just means that it looks a little bit different about how much power, how much control we give it. At this, and I feel that, and why I'm saying that is I feel like you do have to kind of sort through this situation. I don't think it's as easy as saying, see ya to someone. It feels a little bit more messy, but really it's been kind of holding you back, holding you down for quite some time, it feels like. And maybe in a certain way you haven't seen this firsthand. Maybe I'm hearing like inclinations, right? Like you've kind of seen little hints, little bits and pieces, people revealing themselves, etc. But you're not, I don't know. I feel like you're okay with this Nine of Pentacles. It's kind of just like you're in your own vibe. Like, I don't know if you cared enough to kind of investigate or figure out what was going on. I do see you playing on the sidelines more. And I actually do think at one point that was to your benefit. But now it's really important to kind of go through with that fine-tooth comb and really look at situations a little bit deeper. It's directly connected with your self-esteem. What you feel like you deserve, how you feel like you deserve to be treated, other people deserve to be treated, the way that you're showing up for yourself, for your life. You're very conscious and practical with your choices, which I love. And even when it comes to how you regard yourself and how you regard others. But I feel like when maybe you were off doing your own thing or weren't paying attention, there was someone that infiltrated. Yeah. Someone that you do have partnership with. And with this conniving card, obviously be really conscious and mindful of the energy exchange. It does feel a little bit like someone or something is manipulating. And manipulation in a way, like I said, that's actually keeping you down. It's putting you in this self-protection mode, or maybe you like believed someone's version of events, of the truth, and I don't know, like it made you afraid is what I'm hearing. You didn't necessarily want to find out. That kind of goes back to this. And again, maybe you didn't have interest in it. Maybe it wasn't like on your radar. It's not necessarily a bad thing. But I feel like some of this self-protection has actually affected your finances, your abundance flow, what you're able to like that reciprocity, that energy exchange where we do find our abundance, right? You're having a really hard time finding success. And maybe you keep hitting your head against the proverbial brick wall. It's taking a long time to grow and build. But what I keep seeing in the background is people, situations affecting your ability to thrive. And again, this goes back to that belief within yourself, belief in what you think you can have and what you think you deserve. This was all coming out anyway. And as it continues to come out, it's no surprise to you. Yeah, it's no surprise. 11:11 on the clock with the 10 or the Wheel of Fortune. Things are changing, and 11s empower you. 11 it's like a spiritual, or it's a master, what they call a master number in numerology. And it really is connected with our ability to like rise above, you know, even when people, situations are kind of bringing us down, when they're not helping, when there's, you know, it's like I'm hearing it's like they want you to do something, but then they're not willing to like fill in the gaps. They're not really willing to help out where they're asking you to walk away or not receive help in other spaces. And again, like I feel like you have been pretty protected in this situation, but now, like I've been saying, it's time to, because things are changing, because that Pluto is moving into Aquarius, where we can go after more of what we desire, what we actually want to see, what we actually want to experience in our life. Spirit's asking you to say, okay, you have to relook at this. You have to relook at this, because it has been something that is holding you back. A Knight of Cups energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, someone who maybe has the best intention, but in reality, it's like they even have a hard time in their own life. I feel like it's like someone trying to tell you what to do when they're not even doing it for themselves, you know? Maybe someone who has the wisdom and knowledge, but not the experience. And again, maybe they have your best interest at heart. They want to see you happy, etc. But yeah, they're not really, like they self-sabotage left and right, and you become a part of that. Like you become collateral damage, right? And I think you're seeing this a little bit more. And again, this is that part of you that hasn't really been able to find a little bit more success, a little more abundance and harmony. And again, like I've said, it's time to look at this again. I don't feel like this person necessarily has ill will. I see it more as like a disconnection of energy. Like you're not certain, you're always kind of on the fence. They're promising X, Y, and Z, but they don't really deliver. And so it's kind of like this game back and forth. And you know, the thing about Nine of Pentacles is it means that you have the strength. It means you have the capacity, the wisdom to know how to navigate it. It's just like maybe you're not right now because you're afraid, because you're uncertain, because you don't know how this is going to all fare. And there's this part of you that doesn't want to hurt anyone involved, right? Like you don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. But, you know, I mean, not that I'm saying you have to be an asshole, but someone is manipulating in the background. So that kind of just goes to show that you do have to have your own interest first in this situation. Sorcerer's Violet is directly related to our intuition, our intuitive knowing. And it's this value of knowing when we need to self-protect, knowing when we need to lay low, knowing when someone or something is actually going to be more detrimental. This is also a 5 in numerology. And so that, again, confirmation on the change that's happening. You can't ignore it right now. You can't ignore it. And I think that's the hardest part about it, where maybe in the past you've been able to kind of get away with like not really paying attention to it or, you know, whatever. Now it's like, well, it's right in front of your face. And it's putting you in a position where you have to reevaluate. Yeah, you have to go back to the drawing board or kind of reset what the desires of your heart are with this dandelion. It reminds me of like casting those wishes into the universe, you know, reassessing what is your level of abundance. How do you envision your success? How do you want to see that in your life, and not selling yourself short? Because I do feel like you did a little bit in the past. You allowed something or someone to let their own agenda, their own thoughts, their own perspectives get in the way. And it ended up, like I said, kind of hindering you in the process. I feel like you're going to see this a lot more clearly as time progresses. Obviously, with it coming up in your energy, you're already kind of in the know. You already sense it. You already feel it. Like I said, you can't really turn a blind eye to it anymore. So I think that's like silver lining, saving grace. Don't be too hard on yourself, right? This was a really good opportunity to learn and to grow. And the beauty of this in your energy is it means it is coming in. You're connecting with things that are a little bit more balanced, that are equal give and take, so that you can really thrive, right? So you're not being held back by someone's bad behavior, bad opinions, etc. So Capricorn, only energy for the week. I hope it helps though. I hope that it helps just give some guidance and insight into how to navigate. Thank you so much for your time and energy. Always, I super appreciate you, especially if you've made it this far in the video. Definitely drop comments below. I love to hear how it resonates, or just share in a little love, little TLC. I'm a little behind on my comments. I'm working to get back on top of things, but thank you for your patience in advance. All right, thank you for all you bring to the channel. Sending love and blessings your way.